Welcome back, friends of the unfolding path. Among the many methods we have explored, silent sitting, mantra recitation, disciplined virtue, there remains one humble practice capable of weaving every breath, every motion, every corner of city or countryside into continuous enlightenment: mindful walking. Too often we treat transit as empty space between real activities, a blur of sidewalks, hallways, or parking lots, where thoughts drift and tension tightens. Yet the Buddha himself trod forest trails with awareness so luminous that each footprint became a seal of liberation on the earth. Today we will discover how transforming ordinary walking into conscious pilgrimage dissolves restlessness, anchors compassion, and nourishes lifelong well-being, laying foundations for peace in this life and auspicious progress beyond. Begin with posture. Stand still and sense the miracle of balance: bones stacking, muscles whispering, gravity's tender pull. Smile gently. Gratitude ignites practice. Let the first step unfold in slow motion. Feel heel kiss ground, arch roll, toes press, opposite foot lift. Coordinate movement with breath. Inhale as foot rises, exhale as it settles. Silent lie. Recite one syllable of a chosen phrase with each half step. A me on lift, taba on placement, synchronizing body, breath, speech, and mind into a single chord. At home, designate a 6-space lane. Walk back and forth for 10 minutes upon waking. This simple circuit becomes a tuning fork for the nervous system, striking calm that resonates through the day. Neuroscientists have shown that labyrinth walking lowers cortisol and boosts gamma brain waves linked to insight. You need no labyrinth, your hallway is enough. The key is intimate attention. Soles recognizing textures of wood or tile, ears greeting distant birds or traffic without judgment, eyes softening to peripheral color rather than darting toward phone screens. As confidence grows, expand practice into public spaces. On the subway platform, stand near a pillar, gaze downward at a 45-degree angle, and breathe through knees like wind through bamboo. Let crowds surge without disturbing the rhythm of inward mantra. In office corridors, slow slightly, not to a conspicuous scrawl, but to a measured dignity. Each step asserts sovereignty of awareness amid hurry. Co-workers will sense your stead, as some may fall into sync unconsciously, and a hush of shared composure descends on fluorescent aisles once ruled by haste. Mindful walking also heals the rift between spiritual and environmental crises. Choose a weekend route through a park. With each step, inwardly vow to protect soul and water, then to lift litter when encountered, placing it in a pouch carried for that purpose. In this way the boundary between meditation and service dissolve. Footfalls praise earth, hands restore her beauty. Over months a subtle reciprocity emerges. Wildlife appears without fear. Flowering weeds line the path like small disciples. You realize the planet itself participates in your practice. Emotional alchemy occurs as well. Suppose anger sempietholdos after a tense meeting. Instead of replaying arguments, walk a city block while labeling sensation. Warmth in chest, tightening jaw, a pounding pulse. Feel each footstep absorb heat and release it into pavement. By the corner, fury has cooled to clarity. Responses you later offer carry resolve without harm. Clinical studies confirm that emotion-focused walking reduces rumination and lowers blood pressure more effectively than sedentary rumination. For those battling digital addiction, walking becomes a reset button. Whenever the impulse to scroll strikes, stand, pocket the device, and pace a short loop, reciting 3 breaths of gratitude. The craving curve peaks, then plummetes, giving freedom to return to purposeful work. Over time, the association strengthens. Itch to scroll triggers walk instead, rewiring habit pathways. At dusk, convert family strolls into shared ceremony. Hold children's hands, invite them to notice 5 sounds, 4 colors, 3 smells, 2 textures, 1 emotion. They learn mindfulness playfully. You rediscover wonder through their eyes. Each household evening thus deposits calm into the collective karmic bank. Elders or those with limited mobility may adapt practice to seated micro-walks, while walking gently in a chair. Visualize feet contacting earth, breath synchronizing with imagined strides along a moonlit beach. The brain's motor cortex lights up almost identically to physical walking, conferring many of the same cognitive benefits. As mindful walking becomes second nature, weaving contemplation on one outing, reflect on impermanence. This leaf underfoot was canopy months ago. Upon another, contemplate interdependence. Shoes sewn by distant hands, path paved by unseen labor. Such reflections fertilize wisdom, turning sidewalks into sutras. Finally, envision the last journey transition from this body to whatever lies beyond. Pure Land tradition teaches that consciousness departing amid recitation, attuned to footstep breath unity, glides effortlessly toward radiant realms. Therefore every earthly walk rehearses that ultimate passage, each step a bead on the mall of lifetimes. The power of the present moment. Walking is often one of those activities that we do without thinking, a habitual motion that takes us from one place to another. Yet, as Master Thich Nhat Hanh famously taught, walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. In those simple words, he points to the immense power of presence that exists in every step we take. Mindful walking invites us to fully inhabit the present moment, paying attention to the act of walking itself, our feet connecting to the earth, our bodies in motion, the rhythm of our breath in harmony with each stride. When we walk mindfully, the external world fades into the background. We stop rushing through our day, and the sense of urgency dissolves. The pressure to get somewhere evaporates, and instead, each step becomes a destination unto itself. We become fully present, grounded, and aware. In that space, the chatter of the mind begins to quiet, and we begin to experience the world with a greater sense of clarity and peace. In a world that constantly pulls our attention in 1,000 directions, mindful walking provides a sanctuary of stillness, a break from the noise, a chance to reconnect with our body, our surroundings, and the earth beneath our feet. By practicing mindful walking, we actively cultivate the ability to experience the present without judgment or distraction. With each step, we are invited to bring our full attention to the here and now, to acknowledge the beauty and the simplicity of being alive in this moment. Grounding our energy. The act of walking is inherently grounded. As we step forward, our body naturally connects to the earth. The earth, in turn, supports us. This exchange of energy between our body and the earth is not only physical, but also deeply symbolic. By walking mindfully, we learn to ground ourselves not only physically, but also emotionally and mentally. We learn to root ourselves in the present, to stay anchored, even as life swirls around us. The rhythm of walking has a calming effect on the nervous system. In a fast-paced world, it's easy for our minds to race, our emotions to spiral, and our energy to scatter. Yet when we focus on each step, we allow ourselves to come back into balance. The grounding that occurs through walking helps release accumulated tension in the body, quiets the mind, and allows us to find clarity. It's like returning to our center, reminding ourselves that we are, in fact, here, in this moment, with everything we need. As we continue practicing, we learn how to maintain this grounded energy even when we are not actively walking. The stillness cultivated through mindful walking becomes an inner reservoir that we can draw from when we need it most. Whether we're in a meeting, stuck in traffic, or simply navigating a busy day, we can call on the common clarity gained from our practice of mindful walking. The grounding extends beyond the physical steps we take and becomes a state of being, a deep, steady presence that carries us through life, bringing awareness to each step. Mindful walking is the practice of bringing awareness to each step we take. We often take steps without thinking, rushing through the motions, unaware of the beauty of the world around us or the sensations in our bodies. Yet when we walk with intention, every step becomes an opportunity to connect with the present moment. We become more attuned to the sensations in our feet, the way our legs move, the subtle shifts in our balance. Take a moment now to stand and close your eyes. Bring your attention to your feet, feel them in contact with the ground beneath you. Take a slow, deep breath and gently begin to walk in place, bringing all your awareness to the act of stepping. Feel each foot lifting off the ground, moving forward, and then gently touching back down. Notice how your body moves with each step, the flow of energy, the shift in weight. If your mind begins to wander, gently bring it back to the sensation of walking. This simple practice allows us to appreciate the richness of each moment. We stop living on autopilot and start engaging fully with the act of living. Every step becomes a mindfulness practice, a chance to be present and aware. By returning our attention to the present moment through each step, we cultivate a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. Walking as a path of awakening. While mindful walking is a simple practice, it holds the potential to unlock profound transformations. Each step is an invitation to awaken to the present moment, to the interconnectedness of all things, and to the deeper aspects of ourselves. As we walk, we are not just moving from one place to another, we are cultivating awareness, presence, and inner peace with each stride. Master Zenki Shibayama once said, "To walk is to live fully, to breathe is to enter into the flow of life." Walking, when practiced mindfully, becomes a meditation in motion. Each step carries us closer to awakening, and with each step, we release the distractions that cloud our vision. The more we practice mindful walking, the more we begin to see the world clearly, without the filters of judgment or attachment. We start to see things as they are, in their natural state, without the interference of our thoughts, opinions, or expectations. In the stillness of each step, we begin to connect with a deeper wisdom within ourselves. We become more aware of our surroundings, more attuned to the subtle rhythms of nature, and more compassionate toward ourselves and others. The path of mindful walking is not just a physical journey, it is a spiritual journey that leads us toward greater understanding, deeper insight, and profound peace. The joy of walking with intention. Mindful walking is also a celebration of life itself. Every step becomes an expression of gratitude for the body, for the earth, and for the present moment. With each step, we honor the life that flows through us, and we acknowledge the sacredness of the journey we are on. The act of walking becomes a way of expressing joy, love, and reverence for all that is. In our modern, fast-paced world, it's easy to forget to enjoy the simple act of being. We are often so focused on our destination that we forget to appreciate the journey itself. Mindful walking invites us to slow down, to savor each step, to take pleasure in the rhythm of our bodies in motion. It reminds us that life is not just about getting somewhere, it's about how we experience each moment along the way. As we continue to walk mindfully, we begin to notice the beauty that surrounds us, whether it's the sound of birdsong, the scent of flowers, or the warmth of the sun on our skin. We begin to see the world with fresh eyes, as if we are encountering it for the first time. Each step becomes a dance, a celebration, a reminder that life itself is a gift. Walking as a practice for all seasons of life. Mindful walking is a practice that can be adapted to any season of life. Whether you are a young student, a busy professional, or an elder reflecting on a life well lived, walking provides a grounding, restorative practice that transcends age and circumstance. As we walk through the stages of life, mindful walking serves as a reminder to stay present, to honor each moment, and to walk with purpose. For those facing challenging times, whether physical illness, emotional hardship, or spiritual doubt, mindful walking offers a path of healing. It allows us to reconnect with our bodies and minds, to cultivate patience and acceptance, and to move through difficulty with grace. Even in the darkest of times, mindful walking can be a source of light, a way to move forward one step at a time. Cultivate and walking the path to awakening. As we conclude this exploration, remember that every step you take, whether on a mountain trail or a crowded city sidewalk, can be a step on the path to awakening. Mindful walking is not merely a practice, it is a way of life, a way of being in the world with presence, purpose, and joy. By bringing mindfulness to every step, we transform our journey into a sacred pilgrimage, one that leads us to greater peace, deeper insight, and a profound connection to the world around us. Thank you for walking this path with me. May your steps be light, your breath steady, and your heart open to the infinite possibilities of each moment. Share your experiences in the comments below, subscribe for more insights, and pass this video on to anyone who may benefit from the gift of mindful walking. Continue walking with intention, and thank you for watching this video.